Okay, my name is Tom Bailey, and I'm an English teacher and digital design teacher at Northside High School. What I'm going to teach about today is latency in the program Audacity. And it is something that you have to correct the first time that you work in Audacity. So in this video, I'm going to give an overview of what it is, and then I'm going to show you how to fix it in the newest version of Audacity. And luckily for us, it's a one-time thing. You don't have to keep doing it over and over again. So without further ado, what is latency? So I'm providing a picture here of what latency is. The definition of latency, it's basically the delay between when your computer plays sound and the time in which the sound is recorded back into your computer. It can best be described with this demonstration right here. Step one, you're using Audacity and your computer is playing the sound and it's coming out of the speakers. Step two, there's sound waves that travel through the air where the sound is traveling. And your microphone, and sometimes your microphone can be in the computer, but for the case of illustration, the microphone that I have is a USB microphone, captures the sound out of the air. That signal then is transferred through the USB wire back into the computer, and at step four, the sound is processed and recorded in the computer, and specifically, we're doing it in Audacity. Well, the issue that we have is that from steps 1, 2, 3, and 4, there is a certain amount of time. And to speak frankly, that amount of time usually comes to like 130 to 170 or 180 milliseconds, like thousandths of a second. And the net result is that if you don't fix the latency when you use Audacity, you're going to have a slight delay between the time like one rhythm beat takes place to the next one. And that has implications when you're doing podcasting because your timing is going to be off. And it also has implications for when you're recording actual music projects. And I'll illustrate more of that when I do the next part of the video. Okay, so I'm about to open up Audacity and I'm going to show probably the best and most accurate method to fixing latency that you can have. And but before I do, I need to give you the heads up that I'm using this microphone right here, which is a Samson C01U Pro. It is a fairly inexpensive microphone, but it really gets the job done for my school-related projects. So I'm just going to use that for today. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Audacity. And when I open up Audacity, the first thing that I need to check is that the microphone I'm using is the same one that is selected for the video. And as it turns out, this is the microphone that I'm going to be recording with. It's the same one that I just showed you. I'm also making sure that mono recording is the one that's chosen. And if you don't have that recorded, it's going to cause a problem for you. So you're going to want to choose mono recording. And then the next thing is the speakers for my computer are the ones that are selected. So when I actually make a click track in a second and I hit play, I'll be able to hear them out of the click track in the computer. It'll be coming out of the speakers there. So with that said, before we even create a click track, the first thing that I suggest everybody does when you try to fix latency is you should actually go to Edit. And when you go to Edit, you're going to scroll all the way down to Preferences. And what you'll notice in Preferences is the programmers of Audacity have a general idea that most people's computers have a short latency issue. Namely, they've even already picked a number for you called -130 under latency compensation, and that's located right here. That isn't exactly what my latency is on the computer. And to be honest with you, it's probably not your latency either. So the best thing to do before fixing latency is to actually set this value to 0. And then we're going to actually measure the latency and we're going to fix this value that's posted here to the correct number using Audacity. So we're going to go ahead and select 0 as our latency compensation because we want to know the true latency. And 130 milliseconds may not be what yours truly is. So we're going to pick that as 0 and click OK. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to hit generate, and we're going to create a click track. And the way that you do that is it's actually a rhythm track. And when you open up to create a rhythm track, the default settings is to make it 120 beats per minute, which is fine. It doesn't matter. This just has to be a good rhythm. You can choose to keep it at 4, which is what I recommend because it's 4/4 time. You don't have to change any of these values either. We're not even going to need all 16 bars, but we're going to keep that up there. What that means is there's going to be 16 sets of 4 beats when you actually hit OK. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And this is what a click track looks like in Audacity. It's got a tall followed by a short, 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 tall. And when you play it, it actually sounds like. So I will actually play it to illustrate. So you get the picture. That's what the click track actually sounds like. But we need to use this click track as a baseline to see how far behind our computer is when we record track 2. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to hit the back button all the way, and I'm going to hit tracks, and I'm going to hit add new. And it is important that you pick add new mono track and that you've selected mono track here. We're going to hit the back button again just to make sure skip to start. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my microphone so that it's strategically near my speakers. And then I'm going to hit record, and it's going to record the click track coming out of the computer. And we need to do this because we want to see how much of a delay there is between track 1 and track 2, and that is the latency time. So I'm going to go ahead and move this near the speaker. Now I'm going to hit record. And that's more than enough audio to work with. So what you see, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit, is I'm going to use this zoom in function, and I'm simply going to zoom, 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 and zoom. And what you notice when you get close to zooming in, that this beat right here is way in front of this one. In other words, this is the one that's lagging behind. The cool part about Audacity is you can zoom even closer. So I'm going to zoom and zoom, and I'm actually going to try to move the position a little further this way. And I'm going to try to zoom in one more order of magnitude and see how accurately I can get. And there it is. So this is the beat from the original track, and this is the delayed beat. So what I need to know is what is the difference between this beat and this beat right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the selection tool, which is up here at the top of the screen, and I'm going to put my selection right in front of the delayed beat, and I'm going to select until it matches the front of the next beat. So when I get to that, it gives me values down here, but these values are actually really useless to me. So what I actually need to know is how many milliseconds that this patch is, because that's the amount of delay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toggle this, and I'm going to hit start and length of selection. And when I do that, what happens is it shows me a value of 194 milliseconds. That 0.194 is how long this length is. So I'm going to look at that one, and then I'm going to try another couple of beats, and I want to see the exact same thing to see if it matches. So I'm going to go to right here to this beat, and sure enough, the length of the selection is 194 milliseconds. So what I'm going to do at this point is I know that 194, which is that 0.194 seconds, that's 194 milliseconds, is what I need to actually correct my computer to. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and hit Edit, and I'm going to hit Preferences, and I'm going to change this to negative 194. And that's because that's how many milliseconds this patch of time was. The other thing that is important to note here is that negative 194 moves the second track to the left 194 milliseconds. If you have a positive number in this, it's actually going to move it back even further away and make the delay longer. So you want it to be a negative number because you want the second track to line up with the first track. So I'm going to hit OK. And you have successfully corrected your latency. Now there's a way that we can test this, and I will do this shortly. So how do you verify if the corrected latency has actually done the effect that you want? Well, the best way to do it is to go ahead and record the click track again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete the second track here, and I'm going to zoom back out so that you can see the click track fairly clearly. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Tracks, Add New, Mono Track, and I'm going to scroll all the way back to the beginning. You should always hit the back button before you start recording. And I'm going to do the same process that I did before while I'm recording the click tracks. So let's see how this goes. And that should be enough audio to tell if we have done what we were supposed to do on this. So now notice even just looking at it this way, they align pretty well. So I'm going to zoom in very closely, and I'm going to try to see how close they are. Now, as it turns out, I'm looking at this, and unfortunately, I've overcompensated because this one, the original track, is actually behind the new track. So that tells me that my number was too big, the negative number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do the same trick with this track, but I'm going to do it the opposite direction. I'm going to click from the back end of this one to the front end of that one. And when I do that, and actually I'm going to zoom in because the closer you zoom, the more accurate it is. Notice the wave kind of starts there, the same shape of wave starts here. If I do this and I go right to that point, I'm 13 milliseconds too fast. So what I'm going to do again when I adjust this number is instead of it being negative 194, I'm going to add 13 milliseconds to that number. So I'm going to go ahead and File, Edit, Preferences, and I'm going to add 13 to this. So negative 194 plus 13 is 181, negative 181. So I'm going to hit OK. And this time around, I'm going to try it again. And sometimes this has a tendency to wander, and you actually need to take close looks at whether the waves work. So I adjusted it, and I'm going to test it again, and let's see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and close the second track. I'm going to navigate back to the beginning, and I'm going to zoom back out. And I'm going to create another track again, another mono track. I'm going to hit the back button so that the time signature is right there, like the time slider. And I'm going to do the exact same thing again. And now that I've done that, I can see that it lines up pretty well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in to verify how close they are. And when I zoom in, unfortunately, we're still a little bit off. And in this case, it looks like we're off about 7 milliseconds. So I got to do one last adjustment period. So I'm going to actually subtract 7 milliseconds. And I'm going to hit Edit, Preferences. And we're going to subtract 7 milliseconds. And we're going to go up to what is essentially, I'm going to guess that it's about 186-ish is what I'm going to guess. And once again, I'm going to have to zoom back out. And let's just see if it works this time. So I'm going to hit Track, Add New Track, Mono Track, hit the back button, and then rinse and repeat. And so I have a good number of beats there. I can see that it lines up fairly well. If I zoom in, that is almost perfect. And I'm going to zoom in one more order of magnitude there. And look at that. That is perfect fixing of the latency. So from here on out, my computer should be able to run and save the audio with exact rhythmicity from one track to the next track to the next track to the next track. So that is how you fix latency using Audacity. Thank you.